Good morning, students. Today topic is memory management strategies. Okay, it is a second chapter of third module. Already we finished with the deadlock. So what is the meaning of memory management strategies? Means how data is stored in a memory, how it is making that data as a process, how it is going to be executed. So in that we are going to be studied five topics. The first one is called basic hardware. The first one is called basic hardware. As we know that we are using main memory and a register to store the data. We are using main memory and register to store the data. So every time when you want to execute the program, that program from disk we are going to be place into the what in a place into the main memory. Assume that whatever the program we need to execute, every time during execution that program brought from disk to the main memory. As I said that register and main memory are used to store the data, but registers are taking less CPU clock cycle than the main memory. Registers are taking less CPU cycle means what, execution cycle, than the main memory. So what is the meaning of cache here? Cache memory comes between register and the main memory. Cache memory comes between register and the main memory. So whatever I am saying here, we need to perform a perfect operation for a execution by using the main memory. So main memory what execution in a correct manner, and main memory protection is very important here. We need to protect the main memory and we need to perform a correct operation on the main memory. That is very important. So to do that operation we are using the basic hardware. Means protection of memory is done by using the basic hardware. As we know that every process having the separate memory space, sometimes if I take the example, students, everyone having the what VTU USN number. If you are writing other university number, then it is invalid, it is illegal, understand, no? So we need to be use that USN only, which is provided by the VTU university. Like that, every process having the separate memory space, but we need to provide the range, we need to provide from range here to here. Within that only process need to be executed, within that range only process need to be used that memory address. So process can access only these legal address. So we are providing a legal address to the every process within a range. From this range to that range process need to be executed, this operation need to be executed. This successfully we are going to be done by using two registers names are base register and the limit register. Base and the limit register. So you can see this diagram. What is the meaning of base register? Diagram name is a base and limit register define a logical address space. Students, logical address means generated by the CPU. Logical address means generated by the CPU. If I take one example, students, your admission is a what? Your admission is a what? Logical address. If you get the admission, then only we are going to be allowed for the class, no? Whatever you are sitting in the class, that is physical address. Understood? Your admission taken is a logical address, you are sitting in the class is a physical address. Logical address is generated by the whom? By the CPU. This is operating system, many processes are executing here. We are using two register, base and a limit. Base register always indicate smallest legal physical address. In a physical address, which one is the smallest, that is held by the base register. Limit indicate range, the complete range indicated by the limit here. You can see this diagram. The diagram name is hardware address protection with the base and limit. We are protecting the hardware address by using the base and limit. This is base plus limit. This is a base plus limit. What is the meaning of base plus limit? If this is address start by 0 and close by 400, this is a what? This is during a what? Base. This is a logical address generated by the CPU, but during a execution this address is going to be changed. Why this address is changed during a execution? Because during a execution, if assume that address is from 0 and 1000, already this main memory allocated up to 200 to some execution, so this is filled now. Okay, so from 201 address will begin. So this 0 to 400, it is begin by 0 here up to 400 somewhere. So here base plus limit, this is base plus limit, like that we are going to be taken here. As we know that CPU generate the logical address. If it is start by any number, so that address should be greater than or equal to, this should be greater than equal to, if it is true then yes. Okay, if it is yes, here base plus limit send the range, that range should be, that address should be less than that range, then yes, that process need to be going for the main memory. This is going to be indicate, understand, this is a diagram indication.